to be honest with you.
She's
I'm loving
exciting,
it.
and it's only 3 weeks in.
And results are all over the place.
Yeah, I know. Do you want to go through it? Because I've got a bit of a theory or hope. I don't know what
Okay,
it
so
is
do you
yet.
want to do your theory / hope first, or do you want me to just read the results, or do you want to go through game by game?
We'll do the results, and then I'll tell you why I think what I think.
Okay, so the round started off with Force beating Moana.
Yep.
Force were away from home, 35-19.
I wasn't expecting that.
Force have played 3 good games,
They have.
which always surprises me because I have, no offense to them, zero to no expectation of them even putting a point on the board when they play.
But maybe that's also why, because the expectations are so low that it's really easily met. But they played really well.
Yeah, no, I mean, even so, they lost to the Blues the week before, and they lost to the Brumbies for the first week.
Yeah.
But they put real points on the board. They put 24 on the board against Brumbies and 32 on the board against the Blues,
Yeah,
and 35 against Moana.
That Blues game was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was
that
going to be
score, that 10-point difference is not really. No, it was close.
Yeah.
Reds beating the Highlanders. Another, for me personally, a little bit of a surprise because
Yep.
I was very vocal about the New Zealand sides versus the Aussie sides. And then to put more icing on the cake, Drua beat the Hurricanes.
Wild.
Another New Zealand loss for the week. And we try to bring the clip up into this, but that Drua intercept try was as if someone wrote the script down. They told him what they were going to do, and then he executed it perfectly. He read that game as if he was the one playing on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Great intercept. And then I guess a result that makes you happy, but kind of a little bit of a shock for everybody. Crusaders beating the Chiefs 43-33.
Yep.
And then to end off the rounds, round 3, Brumbies beating the Blues in 80-minute plus try to end that game off, which was a big shocker as well. So if you look at the New Zealand sides, every game they played, they lost basically. Crusaders being the only New Zealand team to pick up a win. And that's because they played another New Zealand side. So there was still a New Zealand loss for that game.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So only one Kiwi side won. Crazy. Wild.
And that's because they played another Kiwi side. I would assume if they... I don't know. The other teams that were left were kind of... you got Force Pacifica. But you never know. You never know what happens.
Crazier things have happened. But, which kind of feeds into my theory, if the competition carries on this way, the way we predicted what we thought was going to be the opening game, but the game against Australia versus New Zealand becomes
the second game for Australia and New Zealand in the World Cup.
Yeah. Becomes a bit dicey.
It becomes a bit more plausible, but it's still hard to believe. It's because it's the All Blacks. You don't.
Yes.
All Blacks generally, but All Blacks in a World Cup, you never think they're going to lose, no matter who they play against, how poorly they're playing, how well they're playing. You just don't expect them to lose a World Cup game.
Yeah.
So, it's a scary theory, but it kind of holds more hope, I would say, at this point. But look, it's one bad week. We're still a year out. Blah blah blah.
I know, and it was literally one bad weekend. Here we are.
Yeah,
and it's just for me, it's how close that gap is between the Australian teams and the Kiwi teams. Where, like, in the last couple of years, it's been
night and day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so we spoke about the number of crossfield kicks last week, and how there were just too many of them. But now, if I look at after watching, so the week prior was too many kicks. This week there were significantly less crossfield kicks, but the Blues were passing the ball as if they were doing crossfield kicks. They were doing skip 8 passes.
I mean, to be fair, the other games the weather was terrible and the wind was howling and blowing and all that kind of stuff. But that's what I was saying, like the week before. The Aussie teams are holding the ball in hand more and getting much better results doing it.
Yeah. I mean, Drua did that brilliantly this weekend. They held onto the ball for as long as possible, which, if you look at the Fiji national side, and obviously Drua is basically Fiji without the players that play overseas, um, they're known for their flair and their flash, but they held onto the ball this week, even when they weren't making ground. They still kept ball in hand, and I think it made a massive difference for them.
Yeah, it's good to see. Hopefully, I hope the competition carries on in this the direction that it's going. It's fun. It is. I still reckon it's the best competition in the world, especially when it's like these tight, close games.